it was a season of turmoil. 1987, the economy blew up, stock market crashed, and I lost my job. And we were given 1 hour notice to clear out all our stuff. And I decided right there that I needed to do something differently. And it sounds cliche, but I can honestly say that that economic shakeup and losing my job with 1 hour notice, it was really the best thing that could have happened to me, because it forced me out of my comfort zone, and it forced me to reevaluate what I was doing, how I was doing it, and why I was doing it. And I think that that's the moment that we're in right now. And I want to encourage you to see this as an opportunity. Now, you know me. I'm not a Pollyanna. I'm a Jersey girl. I'm like straight up. But I think that this is the moment for you to say, to evaluate what are some dreams that you've had locked in your heart for a long time. What is it that you really want to do, and how do you really want to do it? Now, my thing, and I've been teaching people this for about a decade, I believe that God's people need to be at the forefront of being able to work from anywhere and reach people everywhere. And that's why I've been doing my online training. I created an online class a decade ago called Take Your Message to the World. And then about 9 years ago, I started offering my Lifestyle Freedom training program, where we teach you how to evaluate your gifts, your talents, your spiritual gifts, your personality type, all of these different things, and really begin to understand how to create income streams based on God's original design for you, and how to do it in such a way that you can work from anywhere and reach people everywhere. Now, everybody knows about Zoom. Everybody's just been thrown into this world of technology that I've been inviting you into for all these years. And I just think we're seeing an acceleration. And I think that God is using this experience to wake up His church and to invite us to see it as an opportunity. And that's why I want to let you know this was not an easy decision. But we are going to host our Lifestyle Freedom event this year. This will be our 8th Lifestyle Freedom event, and we've rented out a private castle. It'll just be our group. It's probably going to be maybe 20 people, even if that. So it's not going to be like a crowded hotel. You are going to have to get on an airplane, but it's going to be a private facility. All of our meals will be made by our own chef, and it's just going to be a spectacular once in a lifetime experience. And we thought and we prayed a lot about canceling it, and then we're like, no, this is the moment. Now more than ever, we've been like a voice in the wilderness as Christians saying, we need to be doing this. We need to be able to work from anywhere so that we can reach people everywhere. And I think that now God's people are waking up and sensing the urgency. And I want to share something with you. One of the exercises that we do to kind of help people to, discover what's going to be that mission, that mandate that they're going to be able to invest their life in and generate income doing what you love. I mean, how do you beat that? One of the exercises obviously is, thinking back about wonderful experiences and learning opportunities. But one of the most powerful, believe it or not, is that we bow our heads and we say, Holy Spirit, what was that worst moment in my life? And what made it so horrible for me? And I know that sounds peppy. It's really powerful. Listen to me. And I was leading the exercise. And if you know my story, I've been through a lot of trauma, drug addiction, abuse, and just crazy. A lot of really hard things. But I was trusting Holy Spirit. So what do you want to show me? And I bowed my head in the front of the room, and immediately God took me back to my senior year in high school, that I wanted to be in the school play. From the time I was a little girl, I dreamed of being a writer, and I dreamed of standing on a stage. I wanted to be in the senior play more than anything. And I show up at the auditorium and I'm ready. I know that God has given me a gift. I'm definitely a drama queen. I can, take over a stage. I'm ready. And I walk into the auditorium, and the powers that be, the leaders are kind of gathered, and they're around this other girl, and they're like, yeah, you won't even get a chance to try. We've already picked someone else. And I went outside and I was banging my fists on this steel door, so frustrated because I knew that there was a gift, a talent, a calling, a sense of what God wanted, me to do, those gifts he'd given me. And here were these gatekeepers, these naysayers saying, we're not even going to give you a chance. We've already picked someone else. We don't need you. There's no room for what you want to bring. Someone came and found me at that door. His name is Bruce. He was a classmate. And he said, I was a mess. He's like, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. And he sat me in his parents' car, station wagon. He said, I'm going to drive you home, Donna. It's an 8-mile drive. And he told me about a friend of his named Jesus. And that began the journey that led me to the Christian retreat, the retreat center where I really totally surrendered my life to Christ and where God called me into ministry. And it changed everything. And that's why 7 days away changed my life forever. And that's why I believe in the power of 7 days. I don't know if you heard me. I'm just going to have to repeat myself. 7 days away from the people who closed the door to me. 7 days away from the people who said, hey, we found somebody else. We don't need you. There's no room for you. 7 days away from all the people who knew why I couldn't be who God had called me to be. 7 days just with people who said, hey, everything's possible with God. Changed my life forever. I have never been the same. I heard from God during those 7 days. And those 7 days were just along the Delaware River that divides Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I mean, that's a river where it used to, back in the day, it was so polluted that the fish floated. We're talking about 7 days at a private castle overlooking the cliffs and the ocean in Ireland. And those 7 days away are going to change your life forever. We had a beautiful testimony. I did a Facebook Live last night with one of the students who came to the Lifestyle Freedom event a number of years ago. And she's living it. Her name's Yolanda. I mean, she grabbed hold of it and she's just going Yolanda worldwide and stepping into her calling. And it's so cool to see. We have other people as well. And I would love for you to prayerfully consider. I know it's going to involve getting on an airplane. It's going to be in September. So we're just believing that there's, the world's going to settle down. I mean, definitely get trip insurance in case. But we really believe that God's given us a green light. And I look forward, if you feel like God is speaking to you and you can kind of resonate with what I'm sharing, it's by application only because it's a small group. It's going to be like maybe 20 of us alone in this, castle. So we kind of handpick the people. So there's an application process. And don't be intimidated by that. I mean, anyway, we trust Holy Spirit. And if you feel like this is for you, go ahead and apply. Anyway, wanted you guys to hear from me. Just be encouraged. I know it's scary out there. Listen, I see it. I get it. But if this resonates with you, we do believe God said go forward. And we do believe that therefore God has appointed that company of people that he wants me to train up in this hour. And if that's you, I can't wait to see you in Ireland. God bless.